Folks, we're back. Long delay, as you can see. Working on a new look. Somehow the camera is backwards. What are you going to do? This is supposed to be my left hand. This is my right hand. But it's the opposite. Everything's the opposite. So we got to figure out the stupid ass camera here. Is what it is. Fully loaded. Screen's ready to go. A much better look here at home base at Bleacher Bumz Sportz. So let's make some money. Simple as that. We've got NBA, NCAA basketball, and we got NHL hockey. Super Bowl this weekend. I'll do a video tomorrow on that alone. So, yeah, a lot to get to. So, right now, I think we are in line for some NCAA basketball. I've got a bunch of best bets for NCAA basketball. I got a few leans for you. I'm not gonna dig into these games because there is my favorite college game of the night. I'll go over a little bit with you, but we've got Western Illinois -3 over Kansas City U. You can shop that around. I've seen it as low as I think I've seen -1.5. as high as 3. I have listed it -3, but if you shop around, I think you can get it at a decent price, but I've seen it as low as -1.5. North Florida -1 over Florida Gulf Coast, and it's definitely not the Florida Gulf Coast of years ago when they tore up the March Madness. They aren't the team they used to be. North Florida's not as good as them, but they're on their home floor tonight, and they are really good. They seem to control things on their home floor. They've got a worse record than Florida Gulf Coast, but on their home floor, they're fantastic, and they seem to take Gulf Coast down quite a bit. We got Stonehill, Merrimack under 123.5. Wagner's and St. Francis, Brooklyn over 121.5. As a matter of fact, that game finished already. It was a 2 o'clock game, and that hit. If you go to our Facebook page, you will see the games are listed early in the day. I've been working on the video portion of it all day. From here on out, it looks like I should have my videos up by, say, noon, 1 o'clock. So any early games I should be able to get on for you. But the Wagner St. Francis is over. It ended at, I think, 127 or 128 points. So we covered that as a best bet. St. Francis money line over Sacred Heart, and Appalachian State and Louisiana Monroe over 130. Couple leans. I like Marshall and Coastal Carolina under 153.5, and Gardner Webb and Radford over 125. But my best bet tonight, it's going to be the one and only Purdue Boilermakers over Iowa. This is, you got your number one team on their home court, which they are pretty much. I mean, they're pretty much unbeatable. They do have a couple losses, but overall, they are one of these teams. They remind me a little bit of the Gonzaga teams of the past. They own when they're on their home court. They basically own everything. With their, they've only lost 2 games this season. One of their losses came in their last game when they went on the road to Indiana, and that line was really. I think it was Indiana was favored in that game, and to most, it's like they were jumping all over Purdue. If Purdue's getting some points, you figured you would jump on that, but that was one of those sucker bets. Those are the ones you got to really be careful about. So Purdue losing their last game, I don't see them losing 2 in a row, especially, again, on their home court. Iowa's offense, definitely, they're going to be coming ready to play. Their defense will simply not be able to stop Purdue's offense. According to Ken Pom, Iowa's defense is ranked 156 in adjusted efficiency, number 220 in effective field goal percentage, and number 226 in 2-point percentages. Iowa's inability to defend 2-point field goals and defensive rebounds effectively I think is pretty concerning for them in this game. You got your National Player of the Year, the favorite, Zach Edey. He'll get whatever he wants inside and offensive rebounds, probably at a very high rate. Purdue is ranked number 1 in offensive rebounding percentage this season, and that's going to be definitely on full display in this one. Now, I have listed there Purdue -7. I've seen it as high as -8. Right now, it's -7.5. You can play this thing up to -8.5, I would say. I think if you're getting into double digits, I'd walk away from it, but I don't think we're going to see that. Iowa's a decent, they're good enough to keep this line where we want it. And around 7-8 points is about primo for a play like that. So for your NCAA tonight, if you go to my Facebook page, I have absolutely everything listed there in all 3 sports. Bleacher Bumz Sportz on Facebook. Just go to the page, open it up. They're all free bets. There's no paying for bets, which a lot of these online things do. We don't do that here. Everything's free. Just trying to build our Bleacher Bumz Sport team here. Little by little, baby steps. Okay, we're going to jump to the NBA. There's a lot of great plays tonight. Really, my favorite play of the day is going to be Zach LaVine. But right now, let me give you what I've got as my other best bets. I got Denver -6 over Orlando. That line is way too low. I know Orlando's been playing better of late, but Denver, I think, is probably the best team in the league. Up again, right there with Boston and Philly maybe, but Denver is just they're firing on all cylinders. And yes, they're on the road, and that's why it's -6. So let's take advantage of that small number. Nicholas Claxton from Brooklyn, over 10.5 rebounds. I have him at 12.5 tonight. His price I've seen as low as -113. I think it was Bet Online. So, but you shop that around, shop all these around. You'll find, the prices move around a little bit, but I've seen it as low as -113 at 10.5 rebounds. Drew Holiday, Boston. I think this is his night to absolutely destroy. I love his over 11.5 rebounds. again, it's another rebound type of prop play. You can take his rebounds and assists. We can pull that up in a little bit here. Get you some correct numbers on that. Atlanta -7 over Phoenix is another play I really like. You know, with this Kevin Durant movement and all this chaos around the Nets and Phoenix, I think these are going to be one of these games where you can kind of jump in there and grab these games while the movement of players are happening. You know, sometimes it's a distraction, and this is where a lot of bettors can make some money, some good money on games like this when you have players leaving, players coming. Even though a lot of the players that come to teams, you don't usually see them the first night out, so they'll probably be sitting the bench, kind of observing and that. But still, there can be a lot of distraction. So let's jump on that. A couple leans: John Collins under 6.5 rebounds. Spencer Dinwiddie over 2.5 rebounds. He's been playing really well lately too. I like those plays too. But really, most of all, my number one, really the play of the night, is Zach LaVine. His rebounds came in at 4.5. I figured they might jump up to 5.5. So this is one of those prop plays you want to get in on early, because this thing could jump up to 5.5. I definitely don't like it there. But this is another one of these situations. The Bulls are heading to Brooklyn, where they just got rid of Durant. And, they're going to be trying to find their new image over there. So there's going to be what I like to call chaos on their bench. Bulls, they're fighting. They're going to be fighting for the playoffs here on out. They're 26-28. It's not great, but it's not out of the playoffs just yet. So they will be fighting, and I think they're getting the Nets at the right time. And so is Zach LaVine. He's going to be able to rip down just about any rebound he wants tonight. He won't have Durant in there, bullying him for rebounds. His points are offered at 25.5. It's a number that I like. I don't love it though, and that's one that I was kind of looking at. I just think it's too high, and he's just too inconsistent. Since the 13th of January, it's just been a roller coaster of totals for him. I definitely like looking at his points. The last time he hit this number of 25.5 points was on the 4th of February, where he had 36. And then on the 6th and 7th, he had 20 and 24. So, he's bouncing around. He's been bouncing around since the 13th of January, where he had 25 there. And then 4 times since then, he's been over the 25.5. So I just don't like that. And that's out of 13 games. I don't like it at all. But his rebounds, on the other hand, the price is a little steep. At Bet Rivers, -129 is the best price I found. So, you may see it listed at -150, but I'm telling you, shop it around. Bet Rivers has it at -129 as we speak. So I like, he's sitting at 4.5, again at -129. He has grabbed over 4.5 rebounds 29 times. so far this year. Last year's total, he hit over 4.5 total for the year 32 times. So he's only 3 games away from tying last year's record. Last year he was ranked 144th rebounder in the league. This year he's much better at 114. But what I really like about his rebounding is his consistency. His last game against Memphis, he had 5. Then he dipped to 4 against the Spurs, but then he was back up against Portland. He had 6, back down, Charlotte 1, but then he had, against the Clippers, who's a really good defensive team, he had 14 rebounds. And then all the way back to the beginning of the year, only 2 times has he been under 4.5. He had 3 and 3 against Indiana and Orlando. But a lot of these teams that he had 7-7, 5-6, 9-5-6 are against some really good teams. So out of everything I looked at today, Zach LaVine over 4.5 rebounds is by far the best play of the night. It's definitely a 2-unit play. So go big and nasty on Mr. Zach LaVine. NHL time. I think we got 4 games tonight, so it's not much to write home about. No, actually, we got more than that. We've got 3, 6, 7 games. There was at 4 that I really liked. My favorite by far is the New Jersey, and I have that listed there at number 3. The Devils 3-way money line versus Seattle, plus 100. There's many reasons why I do like this game. Remember, I've got 3 screens going now, so it's quite difficult with one person doing this. Still looking for a partner. Anybody interested in talking sports, handicapping? Bleacher Bumz Sports is also going to venture off into the music world. I'm huge in music. The UFO world is fun to talk about. So if you're interested, hit me up on Facebook. Shoot me a message across YouTube. I don't care. Any way you get a hold of me. Let's talk. I'm looking for partners to blow this thing up. Now, all right, back to hockey here. So the Devils are playing Seattle. They met last month in a game. Seattle won 4-3. I think tonight's score could be really similar, but obviously better for the Devils. They're at home. Now, the Kraken, they have 4 wins in their last 9 games, including one of those in overtime versus the Devils. Their other 3 wins over that span were against the Blackhawks, Canucks, and Blue Jackets. Among the 5 games Krakens did not win over their last 9, they were outscored a combination of 20-6. And that was by the Lightning, Oilers, Avalanche, Flames, and Islanders. Seattle is just in a strange pattern right now where they beat up weaker teams, but they can't compete with the stronger teams. And New Jersey is definitely one of those stronger teams. Now, of course, the only exception during that stretch was a win beyond regulation against the Devils. But regardless, New Jersey has they've just been the better team overall this season. They've won 9 of their last 11 games and 4 out of their last 5, and that's at home. During those 11 games, the Devils have won high-scoring games, low-scoring games, over good teams, bad teams, home, on the road. So it's been a really big mixture. Now, they have one of the best teams in the league. They've been one of the best teams in the league all season. They've kept their foot on the gas to keep pace in this crazy Eastern Conference, because that's basically what it's been. The Devils' money line It's not a good value. I'm looking at minus 128, but the three-way money line, to me, definitely gets the job done at plus 100. So a buck for a buck. That by far is the best bet for your hockey. Now, I also like Philly plus 1.5 over Edmonton. And I had some interesting, let me see if I can find this. I had some interesting numbers here for the games for some of these teams. Let's see if I can pull this up. Mamma mia. No, but I don't think I have it on these screens. I had some really good information for you too on some of these. I think, I know what it was. Philly, with the spread of plus 1.5, I think they're 9-0. I've in that the price of minus 132 is the lowest I saw with the plus 1.5. I've seen it really high near the 160s. But I did catch it at minus 132. 9-0 in the last 9 times with that spread of a goal and a half. It's a no-brainer to me. If you can get it at a minus 132, that's a great play. Also love Tampa Bay minus 1.5 versus Colorado. And that's a plus 178. I've seen it even higher than that. So that is a great, that's great money there. You know what? I see if this is where my information. Oh, I think this is it. Let's see if I can pull this up. Just bear with me, guys. It's definitely gonna get better. Trust me. This is all new. I'm not a. I don't think this is it. Well, let me see. Let me give it a shot. Okay. No. No, this ain't it. Oh well. I'll have it more organized next tomorrow's video. Still working on 3 computers is like freaking madness here. All right, then I got Vegas money line over Minnesota plus 109. Calgary 3-way money line versus our Detroit Red Wings, based out. Bleacher Bumz is based out of Detroit, so gotta love our Red Wings. But boy, they got a lot of chaos with our captain. And are we going to sign him? Are we not going to sign him? I just think taking Detroit anytime soon is a mistake, just because of all the talk of Larkin being traded or sold off or re-signed. I mean, Steve Yzerman, that's his thing, and half the fans side with Yzerman, half side with Larkin. It's kind of crazy. So, but we're going to take Calgary 3-way money line. It's plus money. I think they should have no problem beating Detroit. And then a couple leans. I like Vancouver Islanders over 1.5 goals in the first period. Good value, minus 123. Then we got San Jose money line over Florida. You're almost doubling up your money. I really like that play a lot. It almost became a best bet because of the plus 195. Anyway, those are your 3 sports. Tomorrow's show is going to be better. It's going to get better every day. I'm working on the look of the show. As you see at the top, there's a ticker. It's giving you all the bets and my winning percentage for the year. We got the Super Bowl coming up Sunday. That will finish off the NFL season. NCAA. We had a great year. Let's see, what was so NCAA football best bets. I ended up 47-23 with a 66.17% winning percentage. My leans came in at a 50-28 at a 65.33 winning percentage. So we were well into the 60s. Units were all up. All our best bets typically do not go over minus 125 to 130. Occasionally we may get one that will dip into the low 140s, but we try to give you the best bang for your buck, which is obviously plus money. And that keeps our units up nice and high so that you have a profit when you bet with us. Again, this is my first show back. It's been a while. Just trying to get everything organized here. We got a really good studio set up. And little by little, it's going to get better and better, more organized. Anyway, have a great night. You got a few hours to go. You got some early NCAA basketball games. Let me see which ones you got. Maybe throw you guys. Let's see what we got coming up. Okay, what do we got? St. Francis is done. No, 7 o'clock game. So, you got a few hours. Get your bets in. Definitely check out my Facebook page, Bleacher Bumz Sports with a Z. Many people have asked, I can't find your page. Well, it's because there's a Z at the end of sports. Thought it was a little bit unique. It's causing more problems than anything right now. So, but as soon as we grow, it'll grow just like anything else. The Z will become just like anything else, easy to remember. All right, good luck tonight. Win some money. Let's cash them tickets. Have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow.